We're just going to start with our feet together like that tension. You're going to hold the stick kind of like this next to you. See how you're holding it like that, so that if I were to run the stick down, we don't get your fingers. Right? A lot of times when they hold it for blocking and stuff, they'll hold it like this, right? And if that stick comes down and my fingers are there, and it slides down, it'll break my fingers. So here, we're going to take a step forward. We're going to do a north-south hit. I'm going to raise the stick up. I'm going to grab it about a third of the way down, right? So you can see there's markings on there. I'm going to step forward and hit straight down. Now, as you do that, you want to roll your wrist over so that the top two knuckles are kind of over the top. It's pressing the stick down so that you're actually striking down. When you make that motion, you want the back arm to kind of lock, like you're anchoring into your hip, and the front hand snaps it down forward. So my arms are not completely locked, but pretty close to being locked out. And again, I roll this over the top like that. When you come down, I don't want to be like this, because if I hit something like, just hold your stick like that. If I come down and I'm like this, I'm going to pop out my hand. If I come down and my knuckles are face down, I can press in. So, we're going to take a step and strike down. We're going to do our first block. This drill is basically like kind of block, strike type of thing. So now we're going to take this hand like this, and we're going to hook it, and we're going to pull back this way to block. Again, kind of for the same reason. I go to poke it, you kind of bring it over towards your shoulder over this way, and block. That's it. See how you can push into your block, right? Again, if you were kind of doing this, pop out. So, you take a step, you strike down, block across. Again, keep this kind of straight, anchored to my hip. If it's out here and I try to do this, there'll be a lot of play in it. I actually want to have it nice and strong and anchored to myself. We're going to reach this hand up. We're going to slide this hand down as I step in. And again, this is kind of like pushing down, bang, as I hit. And again, I'm going to lock this elbow out towards my hip. So now again, I'm pushing into my strike. All right? So let's do that one more time, starting at the top. We're here. We have the north-south strike. Striking down. An east-west block. And then strike down again as you step in. All right, so now we're going to go this way with that block again. Notice the position of my hand. But we're going to turn to face 9 o'clock if we're blocking and pull from that side. That's it. Again, I keep this locked out so my elbow's straight and anchored to my hip. That's it. Turn back that way and kind of do that motion. For example, right now, do it without being anchored. Just kind of keep it out here. Just say it. Grab it like this and you're going to block like that. Just so you feel the difference, right? You can feel it. Yeah, you're kind of right here. You're locked in. Good. All right, so that's the next hit. I'm sorry, the next block is here. The next hit is similar to the one we just did, but we're going to not step in. We're just going to swing that north-south. Back down, again, getting my knuckles over the top as I strike. Good. Now, when we divide, that is when I divide the stick into 3 sections. Right? So we hit down. Now we're going to divide. We're going to do a low sweeping block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tape end of my stick, and I'm going to go under my left arm, like so. I'm going to sweep this down on the 45 in front of me, and I'm going to pivot like to a hard bow to kind of get power back into my overhead strike here. Okay, so we divide it, then under the left. This is a low sweep to kind of sweep a low strike out of the way, and then come back over the top to hit. Right, so kind of go under your left, on that side of that. Good. Low sweep, don't keep that sweeps my stick, and you come over the top and hit like that. Okay? So we went divide, low sweep, and strike. Good. Again, kind of locking out, and the knuckles roll over the top. Bang. Step and step back to attention. Divide again. Now I'm going to scoot over this way just a little bit. We're going to do like a low sweeping section here where we're going to go under the left. Sweep the tape then way deep down in front of you here. Go under the right. Sweep it real low. Go under the left. Sweep it real low. And then we're going to step back out with our left foot as you do the north-south strike again. And kind of lock it to that left here. Good. And elbow straight. So we're like, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to divide again. Now that low block that we made on the 45 earlier, when you turn the hard ball, we're going to do that on the new. So we're going to go, again, non-take bend underneath my left arm. Yeah, step my right foot forward here. As you step your left forward, see the OK symbol that kind of forced us into right here? As we step forward with our left, we're going to take that OK symbol and kind of put it on our left shoulder. As we kind of sweep this down, now step in with the left, then step in with the right as we come over the top and strike out again. Okay, so that little section there it was. 1, 2, 3, hit. 1, 2, 3. Okay. See it all the time. So start like this. Hands are divided. Go under the left, under the right, under the left. Step out with the left as you strike. Good. And it's on our left. Sorry. Divide. Right hand is over the top now. Go under the left as you step. Step out with the left as you bring the hands over. Kind of almost putting the OK symbol on your shoulder. Step in as you strike down towards the left hip. Good. Divide again. Step back with the right as you go under the left. Step out with the left towards 3 o'clock as you put that OK symbol on your shoulder here. Take a step in with your right and strike down overhead again. Bang. Landing on that left hip again. Good. Here. Now we're going to do a poke. We're going to drive this poke out. We're going to kind of let this slide through our hands. As we do that, we're going to do an extended bow. Or extended bow.
Mom, I don't understand that like you. I don't understand like you.
Pull that back. You're going to hit, poke, bring it back, change the grip, sweep it back, slide this hand down, slide this hand down, and extend that poke again. All right? So now, we'll finish it up and we'll go back to each part. We're going to low sweep, like I'm trying to almost foot sweep somebody with this as I swing back towards 12, through 12.
Is that genuine?
See how I release and I put this cover hand up, go over the head 1 time. Over the head 2 times, and put your palm up front to stop it. Hold the stick in. Step forward as you strike low this time. Just whack like that, and then I step back, and we're going to push this out to our side and the tape down. Should be up as we kind of come back to attention. Let me run through it real quick, just so you can see it again, and then we'll go through each step one more time. So, are you good there? Can you see me good? Okay. We'll start the tape down. Can I start with attention? North, south, east, west. I hit, I block. I hit, I block, I hit. I step back, I divide. Low sweeps, 2, 3, and I step out as I strike. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold, sweep, hands change. Hold, sweep, cover. 1, 2. Palm, pull it in, strike up, step back. So, it's got basic striking, basic blocking, high strikes, low strikes. It's got blocks on the move, it's got pokes, it's got sweeping motions, it's got low sweeps, it's got high sweeps. So, it's got a lot of basic stuff in there. It doesn't have any rolling it off my neck stuff or rolling it on my back. A lot of that stuff, when you look at a lot of the real fancy stuff, right? Like I see this guy, he's on a lot of the extreme sports, Kata stuff, right? And you watch him. He's spinning this thing behind his back like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Completely and totally impractical using in a fight, right? Why am I spinning it back behind my back? All that stuff where they spin it behind the back and they catch it over here, I mean, that's just fancy stuff. Anytime you let this stick go, you've made a mistake, right? So, you know, you should always have your hands on it, right? Anything where I'm flipping it in the air and I'm catching it at any point is really, you know, pretty useless. The only useful that I've ever seen like that is this. That's pretty useful. Other than that, flipping it in the air and doing all that other stuff doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You know?
Your basic spin rotation.
Yeah, like, I mean, again, the articulation in the hands, right? To get your hands and the stick together. Yeah, you know, working together, right? Now remember, everything you do with this, you can do with those too, right?
You can do the spin on those a little safer.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying, like, for little sticks, you know, like we hit on a 1, we hit on a 2, we hit on a 3, we hit on a 4, and we do a 5. You know what I mean? You do that same stuff with this. All right, let's do that again. Come on back over here. Tape bends down. We're going to step forward and strike.
Somebody's messing you. Somebody's messing
Turn
you.
the top hand over and block. Bring the top hand up. We're going to slide this up. We're going to step in and slide this hand down into position as we hit. Locking the arm. We're going to take a step and we're going to block again. We're going to slide this hand up this time and again come down with this hand as we strike. And again, roll those top knuckles over the top so you're hitting on the way down. Good. Divide. Go under the left. Low sweep. Pivot your hips. That's it. Come back over the top. Yep, just see how it's starting to come up to your right. Start to bring that tape in back towards your left hip. Bam. So do this kind of face here. And you did the hip. Now divide. Low sweep. Good. And bring the tape in back towards your left hip. Bam. Good.
We're coming back.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. So I'm going to sweep the stick out of the way and I crack him on the head. That's it. Divide. Double step back to attention. Again, this is just to isolate these low blocks. 1, 2, 3, and take a step as you strike down. Good. Divide again. This is that same block, but we're doing it on the move here.
I got lost in the second step there.
Okay, so we were here. Bang. Left foot in front. Okay, divide. As you go under the left, step, bring this down and around, step with your left, and then come right foot as you hit.
So there's only one sweep on that one.
Yeah.
I was looking for a second one on that.
That's just the timing of the hand and foot maneuvers. That's why I was trying to like give you a breakdown earlier. Like, if you're here, like when I first learned this, I learned like, you know, go under the left, step and put it to your right, step with your left, and kind of come over the top. But that's just a good way to teach it, like bringing like that OK symbol here, like to the shoulder. It just kind of gets you in that crisscrossing position here, and then gets you ready to load that strike, right? But the reality is, I'm here, and I'm kind of sweeping with this motion as I come back over the top to hit. Then I divide. Again, I go under. And again, I'm going to sweep away, but now I'm turning to an attacker behind me and stepping in and striking. That's it. And then bam. So we came in here. Good. Change that grip. Again, actually, don't change it. We're going to be here. We're going to pull forward. Bring it back. Change that grip. Sweep. Slide the top hand to the middle hand to the bottom, and really extend out. Good. Now, as we pull on the gears, so we're like here, swing that low like you're tripping somebody with it, and then let it go. Bring it over your head as you cover. 1 over the head strike, 2 over the head strikes, and palm it about the middle. Pull up to your hands above that top third. Slide your hand from the bottom third to the middle third as you strike up. Probably about groin height or maybe a little bit better. And bring it back, set it down. Back to attention here. As you go, the katas that they give you are really good at teaching like the base fundamentals, right? There's probably a lot of basic stuff, right? Like, they do stuff like this hit. This is pretty basic. I'm just kind of bringing it over and under. Over and under. I can't remember the exact name of this. but over and under, just like this. This is a movement we want to practice quite a bit. You'll see that where you're going to be like under, over, under. See, I'm just on the other side now. Over and under. You can bring it around and go under. Bring it around and go under. Bring it around and go under. Go over. Go under. See how that works? So you can just practice, again, even just these motions. Here's over. Here's under. Here's the helicopter. It can go under. Over. Okay, so play around with stuff like that. You can do over and under like this. You have one that's going to go like here. Okay, so go. So say if you were here, if you were under, instead of going over your head here, you're under, take it under. Then come back over. It gets tricky. I'll tell you what we'll do is once you get this one down and work at it, maybe we'll keep his bases and we'll do next time. You've got Darkroom, you've got Skylights, Skylight Spear. You have eight-headed spear, what do they call that one? The Chinese spear. I'm sorry, you have the circular spear. 8-point spear is the other one we call it. 8-point spear. How does it get to Darkroom, Skylight Staff, Skylight Spear, and the number 3 staff set? Those four together basically can give you the basics of spear and staff. Obviously, the biggest difference between spear and staff is the length on the spear is usually longer and blade. So, like doing a roll or a flip or something like that, using one of these is much easier than you've got that. You've got to be really careful how you top and roll. All that stuff is yeah, the 8-point spear set will actually have you roll with the spear, like somersault with the spear. So that's like, they go through the basic moves to like hard. Most of the stuff that I've discovered in the Katas, I've discovered by doing, and then just having a little bit of knowledge about how the staff work, how weapons work, and you start to kind of think, oh, I see what this one would be, what that would be. There's a couple of them, I'll have to get the guys in. I think they're Michael Hodgins, Michael Hobson, something like that. I have to look. I got a couple of videos at home that I use. If you want to bring them in. I'm going to see if I can dig them up. It's been a while since I don't do a whole lot with the bow, other than what we're required to do. But at some point in time, I was like,
I'm not very good. You said a new game.
So I can make more sense of my head. They don't teach you necessarily like all the terminology. I'll figure it out. So, are you ready? Come on, we'll do a few minutes real quick.
Not very ready.
Work on that stuff. Work on that.
Pick that up. But I need it. Pick that up.
That's okay. Any of these are fine. You just have to be careful when it's just going to be a little bit more clumsy moving around.
Take your socks off. Take your socks off. No, all right. Just a little bit.
Come on, just a little bit.